guys are laying down for a rest, we can say that you all are able to get a good night's sleep. Though occasionally when you feel your mind beginning to drift off, you unceremoniously shake yourself awake in sort of a jolt for fear of potentially calling something from the mist unintentionally. But no such event does occur, and you're all able to regain your strength overnight.
Cheryl would want to talk to Taffy.
Okay.
What up?
Kind of as everyone's like falling asleep or asleep.
Yep.
What do you remember of dying back at Innocent Tower and then coming back to...
Alex, your cable. Is there... I'm going to ask this out of character. It's still doing it. Even unplugged, it was still doing it. Yeah.
Good.
So, yeah, it's good. Sam, I'm asking this out of character. Is there anything in particular you're trying to, like, figure out with this question?
So, two things. One, if I don't remember if Taffy ever like got the name of the dude that brought her back to life.
Okay.
I know Cheryl told Arsenaway the dude's name.
I don't think I did.
Okay.
Unless y'all told me.
So I know Cheryl had a heart-to-heart with Arsenaway in your hometown, Taffy.
Yeah.
And told her everything, so she would know the name. I don't think he ever told you, so I don't know if you had gotten that information some other way. So like, just if you remember his name, like, so if you knew of that connection, if not, he would kind of like be like, that's the dude that brought you back to life.
Yeah, I will just play it as if I didn't, because I don't think I did.
And then he's also, I guess, curious kind of what the experience was like. I don't know, like how... Cheryl's wondering if anything came back with you. I guess.
I don't really know how to answer that.
Yeah, and I don't even know if you as would know.
you as Taffy recall it being almost instantaneous. You don't remember much from the afterlife. You were basically conscious one moment.
Yeah, and see, that's
unconscious
what
the next. And
I would think, but
awake.
I didn't know if I should have known something else.
I guess I just want you to maybe be careful, because this Elwyn character
He seems pretty
to
powerful.
be... Yes, and not very...
Do you think he
honorable.
remembers me?
I don't know if he does or doesn't. My bigger worry is that he seems to do things for himself, and it's highly possible that he could have done something that we can't even imagine right now when bringing you back. Anything off the top of my head of some kind of locate creature spell that lets him know where you are at all times, kind of like the mind spike that you guys do sometimes.
Your mic, Alex?
I was waiting to see if it was going to stop. It just stopped.
It just stopped, yeah, good.
I was waiting to see if it was going to stop. That's why
I'm sorry, y'all.
No, it's okay.
It started again.
Oh, there it is.
Nope, still going on.
Oh my god.
Good.
It's because it's me, guys.
It's okay.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. But yeah, just like,
Or if, we don't understand fully of his powers, and it doesn't seem like most of them do either. The Queen might. But it seems like he could have done anything that we can't really think of.
Do you think the Queen would be able to find out if he did anything? Like
Maybe.
place a locate spell?
Maybe so. My only concern with that is that they seem to say that what he does is blasphemous to them, and I don't.
Yeah, so should we even tell her?
Yes, I didn't. He didn't pry who this person was, so it didn't seem like they wanted to undo what he had done. But I worry what might happen if they know that your life has been extended.
So maybe we should hold on to this information until we're sure.
Probably.
Okay. So, you all do find rest, as I mentioned, and you're woken by the sun peering through the couple of windows in your room. And as you all
Alex.
begin to...
I'm just gonna say Alex. That's it.
That's killing me, man.
It'll be okay.
It's getting worse. As you all begin to stir, almost on cue, the door is swung open. This time, instead of your friend, Arundriel, there is a female elf. She says, "The queen is asking for your presence. I'll give you a few moments to clean yourselves up.
Thank you.
I'll be right outside when you're ready." She closes the door and waits for you all.
Taffy, do you have prestidigitation?
I think I do.
Can you? I feel like
I do.
I haven't had any mint leaves for a while. Can you do that to my mouth?
Yeah. Sure.
That's a weird way to ask that.
I'll blow some
I
perfume up on you too.
There's no toothpaste here, and so mint leaves were a thing. People used to make paste with mint leaves, but I have no mint leaves, so
I do it.
How's
Science.
that face feeling, and how is like would we had to have like kept our face and arms?
Yeah, I'd imagine that you guys are
Moisturized
still
Okay.
moisturizing
I make
yourselves.
Everybody clean and pretty.
Oh man, we're still moisturizing ourselves. Ew.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't drawn any
just didn't
attention to that, but yeah, you guys are still diseased.
Oh
Yeah, I
nuts.
didn't know if fog was like wet or if it was like mystical, like if that was satisfying it, you know.
Satisfying.
for
Yeah,
the thirst.
You're exposing yourself to moisture in that way.
Oh, so Louisiana is safe. Okay. Got it.
Sure.
You have to be like talking to the queen, and then every now and again, Cheryl's just splashing his face with water.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like I do this and then I'm like, sorry.
It's a skin thing. Yeah,
It's a
it's got a condition.
Please help us.
Secret handshake, water was dripping because you just pulled it out of a bucket.
Because you just dab all over us.
Yes, please leave your bucket outside. Nope. Nope. Can't do that.
Yeah, leave your girlfriend outside.
Take your girlfriend with you.
Take your girlfriend with you.
So as you all get your things together, kind of clean yourselves up, as this elf
I put on my nice outfit
eloquently
today.
put it. You make your way outside the door. The elf kind of checks to make sure everybody is there and in order. She says, "Follow me." And she begins to walk back the way you came, back up to the throne room. As you walk in, the light of the sun is more piercing than it was the day before. It casts long streaks of light across the floor, and the queen, who now sits on the throne again, is almost just a silhouette. It's hard to see her face
Oof.
in earnest. So you approach the throne, and as before, you take a knee. She says,
Okay.
"I apologize for cutting our conversation short yesterday. I needed a moment to come to terms with reality."
We understand.
What exactly is it that's brought you here to this place? We don't get visitors often, especially none from Imesford.
We were told we have some information we need from some people who have died, and we were told you can talk to the dead.
Arendriel has informed me that he has filled you in a bit on how this whole thing works. We can talk to the dead, indeed. But it requires a close personal connection with those who've passed on. We need to know who exactly it is that we're calling.
Are we trying to talk to Valafar?
I don't know if we're trying to talk to Valafar.
Ren's not.
Okay.
I'm not.
I'm so afraid.
Ren don't know.
Yeah, no. But I'm more asking you, did we think that we needed, as Valafar, did we think at some point Valafar had more information? I don't think so. I don't
He's
think
dead.
Valafar would have told us anything like that.
And so, I'm afraid, unless we share some common acquaintance, since none of you have any particular gift with the afterlife, what you seek may not be possible.
What do you mean gift with the afterlife?
The thing they were talking about, the communication gift.
Who's the guy that was being held with shelter here and then died?
EMS.
Eamos, yeah.
And we know him as an actual bad person, or we think that he might be misunderstood?
I think he might be misunderstood in history.
Well, what about Eamos then?
We think it's, well, we know, Alex. Sorry.
It sounded like you're saying we know.
We know Alex.
I thought that was part
Yes,
of your
we all know
sentence.
Alex.
No, sorry. Sorry.
All of us do,
No.
in fact, know Alex.
We know that history has been prejudiced towards a specific race, and towards the prophecy. We were unaware of this until recently, that Eamos was here once, and so actually we do now have an idea that maybe they would be a good person that we should communicate with.
Make a persuasion check.
Do you want to make it?
You're the one talking.
Do you want to help me? Does anyone want to help me? It's a natural one.
Take the natural 20 that's in chat.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah. Oh, heck yeah. I take that natty 20, Alex.
What a swing.
The exact opposite.
What the fuck was that? That was a reverse thing that I was intending. I was supposed to start from the below, but I went up and then
I know you, yeah. She thinks to herself for a moment and looks
Alex.
to the female elf.
The chat said it doesn't sound as bad for them as it does for us, so let's just let it keep it doing its thing if it keeps
Okay.
on going.
She thinks to herself for a moment, and after coming to some conclusion within her thoughts, she looks to the elf that guided you in. She says, Alanis, please, if you would, for a moment, leave us. She nods her head and sees herself out of the throne room. As her footsteps fade down the steps beyond, Elenil looks in your direction. She says, Eamos was a guest here, yes. But I must ask, What do you know of Eamos?
Well,
And more importantly, what is it that you feel he brought upon the world?
I don't believe Eamos themselves, or even in the beginning intentionally ever brought anything on the world. I think that the world brought something that was misunderstood and abused the information, and has since abused the information and will continue to do so for as long as those same people sit in a seat of power. I don't know truly what happened. I only know of the stories that many grew up on in the past 30 years. But I also know that the prophecy has been manipulated over time. And I only know that because we recently descended Mount Vernrim, where we found much more information of the champion Verndararim.
I am unfamiliar with this champion you speak of, but if you have truly ascended Vernrim and made it back alive, you must be more capable than even I gave you credit for. And
Quite a lot has happened in the past few days, and even more must happen in the next few if we are to clear our names. But when we were there, we fought a great evil that was there, and I try really hard to just say that and then not think about it, just in case. I don't really know all the rules of this, but that is
Right.
like just in case. And so you're gonna see her like shake her head for a second, and then and actually after that was done for, the rending wind was no more.
I see. Well, interesting. That does offer little sustenance to us, since we do relegate ourselves here to the Mistkeep.
So
But what I do find interesting is your opinion of Eamos. For as it happens, I do share that opinion. I knew Eamos.
that's good.
He was a good person, a good man. And he was good to my sister, Laura. They cared deeply for each other. And we foolishly thought that he could change the world. We sheltered him here. And he bestowed upon us his blessings, his teachings. Such a peaceful man did not deserve such a violent end.
I want to insight check that.
Ooh, me too.
Cheryl said it first.
Me too. No, I'm kidding.
Our can do it.
Okay,
Oh, no,
whoever
that's
wants
fine.
to do it, that's fine.
I got
You'll
this.
only get one.
Sam, no.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, more than that at one. That's why I said she can do it.
Take a 7. Hey, you can take a 7 from chat. Make it an 8.
It's 9, so it's 10, but it's that one. I don't think pluses are gonna help, even if I take the 7.
She's pretty hard to read.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, with the sunlight in your eyes, first of all, and then second of all, she's given herself
It's
time
dark.
to regain her composure. And so she's not really giving you any reads, any tells.
So, I mean, as you can imagine, the way that Iamos fell has only caused more harm on the people of Zheles and tieflings across all of the lands.
I'm more aware of that fact than you know.
I'm glad to hear that.
So I understand then that it is your goal to speak with Iamos.
I think so, but I think I have another concern because there are those that stand among me that would really appreciate the chance to communicate with their loved ones. I won't speak for them, but I do know that that is something we also came to seek.
She nods. Death can be a hard thing to understand and to accept. But unfortunately, I don't believe there's any way for me to call forth those who I've never known. And I doubt that any here have made a common acquaintance with those who you speak of.
Is there a way for one of not of your kind to have the gift?
I suppose so. Though it's relatively unheard of. People don't normally come here seeking our help, at least not in recent years. We're looked down upon as some scourge of the land that hid a devil in their midst.
How would we know if we were chosen, gifted?
In our culture, the way we test for these things is we look for any signs with a stable connection to the afterlife. Those who are able to call forth contact with those that they mean to. Those who don't absently summon those that they wish not to come into contact with. There's not necessarily a test, but a natural affinity with these things could be an indicator. Why?
I was hoping maybe we were, by luck, granted with your gift. If we're at an in-between point, maybe we could... I was told to seek you. To get some information from some who have gone on.
Whatever you've been told may have been misinformed about what we're able to do. I'm afraid if you were to try such a thing, though there is some chance you'd be successful, you'd likely just summon doom upon yourself.
Alex, is this the only culture we would know of that deals in the dead?
Aside from yours,
They all died.
I'm saying you are a necromancer.
Too soon.
The people of Banata don't necessarily converse with the dead, but they do have a very strong spiritual connection that might afford them that luxury. That might be one place you could look for research or look for.
I guess what I mean to say is, like, is it possible that what the information that we've heard has been mixed with another legend or something? Like, maybe we're confusing one group with another, historically speaking?
Make a history check.
$16.
Okay. You're absolutely positive that this is the place that you've heard of. That the legends are not intermingled with tales of another land. They're speaking of Mistkeep, although the small amount of time where Mistkeep has been cut off from the rest of the world has allowed outside opinions of Mistkeep to distort. It's still definitely the place that you've been told to seek out.
Will, these people are like super old. You should see if they've known your culture, because maybe they do know you.
I mean, probably not.
I want to ask the queen. So we know that your people are very gifted in contacting the dead and very powerful spellcasters in that regard. But would you happen to have any among you who are powerful healers?
Dude, way to come in clutch. And remember the shit that we're dealing with.
As he splashes water in his face.
We do indeed. My own husband, in fact, Arbane, is a very gifted mage. He's someone who's constantly looking to push his abilities beyond what we've been able to discover thus far, and he has developed great skill in his healing magics.
Then if we might have one more request. Arsinoe and myself seem to have what we were told is the thirst.
Yes, you probably noticed our
There's a
need
great-
for being wet. I didn't mean to say it like that. It's just another. Let me see your stones. Like,
Give me those
moving on.
stones, baby.
We experience a great a pain whenever we are not constantly hydrated.
I
Y'all
understand.
thirsty?
It's not an ailment that I've ever come into contact with, but if anyone here can fix it, it would be Arbane. It would be the least I could do for you returning me this. I do appreciate it. And she holds out the amulet. She's still holding it in her hand.
Finders keepers, that's ours.
Finders
Did we ask her
keepers.
who he was to her?
No, but I did. I do want to say I meant to ask Taffy the night before if she wanted to share that letter with her. If there was anything important about Sylph in there.
The only thing that was mentioned about Sylph was that he was a half elf that he'd been traveling with. But I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I can share it with her. I mean, it can't really hurt.
Yeah. I imagine that's probably her son or something very close to her.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess can I just say that I had previously shared it with her, Alex? Like, I don't know if that
Yeah.
would change how anything plays out, but
We can just do it right now. Like,
Oh,
'cause she
okay.
brought it up,
Yeah, I'll
so.
just give it to her now.
She unfolds the letter. She says, "This does somewhat confirm my suspicions. Sylph is no longer with us.
How do you know
seems-
Sylph?
Sylph was my daughter.
Your daughter.
It's funny. This letter says she's a half-elf, but she was nothing less than mine and Arbane's child. It's likely she was concealing her identity to protect her and her younger sibling. Well, cousin, really.
SF? Is that what your understanding?
I'm not sure who exactly SF is in all
Oh.
this.
Oh,
It
that was
appears
Becca.
she's-
Sorry. But yeah.
Who's
Who is she protecting?
who's the cousin?
Yeah, Theo.
I want him to say it. I want Alex to say Theo.
Say it.
Say it.
Make
Do
a
it.
persuasion check to see if she's gonna divulge any
Aw,
information.
dude,
If she
Just go ahead
doesn't,
and-
wait. If she doesn't, I'm immediately gonna say, "Is it Theo?"
Okay.
do it in a kind way.
Well, yes, but fuck.
Is that
I will be nice.
Is that whole Theo? Is that bitch Theo, ain't it?
It,
Oh, dude, we gotta
Okay.
tell her that we saved Theo from imminent death.
My persuasion was a 28.
Wow.
Oh,
Kind of persuasion. Persuasion?
Given the
Persuasing. Way to
information
persuade.
that
Persuasing.
you guys have exchanged thus far,
Persuasy.
she's pretty wholeheartedly trusted you at this point, and so there's little hesitation in her saying, "My daughter was tasked with protecting my sister's child, Theo."
I knew it.
oh, dude, my eyes get big.